Welcome into the live stream here from McCready and Siskey, powered by Rain Total Body Fuel. I'm Neal. That's Tyler.
What it is, sir?
How are you?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm good.
Nice little cool day outside.
It is. It's very hot.
Hot.
It was. It was crazy hot all weekend.
Yes, we'll talk about it. I went to the FedEx St. Jude's on Saturday.
Oof.
Hot.
Yeah, I don't know that I would have enjoyed walking a golf course in that heat.
Hot. It was. What was crazy is it was probably cooler than it has been in the past. Like, I guess, was it last year or 2 years ago? It was a year our boy Taylor Moore was in the final group. It was so damn hot. Like, you had to strategically go stand underneath there's very few shade areas. Go find the trees and stand up under the trees. It was ridiculous. So, but it was hot. It was hot.
AJ will be back with us next Monday. He's traveling today, so we'll have AJ McCarron next week. I am working on setting up a time to record with Chicago Cubs pitcher Justin Steele.
He hopped in the TikTok live today.
Did he?
He did.
Okay. Yeah,
he did.
Justin, a fan of our show. I'm a big fan of Justin, so that worked out. It was kind of fun on Friday morning to get a text from one of the pitchers for the Chicago Cubs. It was kind of cool.
So you got your Cubs shirt on right now? I
do have a Cubs shirt on right now, even though they lost the series to the Cardinals over the weekend.
I mean, my fandom is for sale right now because my team is in the tank. I do have to. It's the first year in a long time.
Yeah. I mean.
That I got to find someone else to cheer for this time of year.
Yeah.
It is what it is. I mean, because I'm going to watch it, so I need to have some vested interest. Baseball is not a sport that you can watch if you don't have a vested interest.
No, it's much more fun to watch if you have a team.
Yeah, you can't. I'm going to set up send some adoption paperwork out that way.
Okay.
And then Duke football replied to to our TikTok after me talking about the preseason poll last week.
Yeah.
The coaches poll.
Yeah.
They said, "Oh, there's wonder where all those votes were coming from." So yeah, you're welcome, Duke. You're welcome, Dukies.
All right, we'll
Let's crank it up.
Get rolling here with the show. Hang tight.
Let's do it.
Welcome into episode 298 of McCready and Siskey, powered by Rain Total Body Fuel. I'm Neal McCready. That is Tyler Siskey here on this Monday. August the 11th. August the 11th. Monday, August the 11th.
We 12 days away.
2025. AJ McCarron, as I just said in the live stream before we hit the record button, normally with us on Monday. He'll be with us next Monday. He's traveling today as we get closer to the start of the football season. So we'll have AJ with us next Monday on a podcast that will be brought to you, as this one is, by Rain Total Body Fuel. 300 milligrams natural caffeine, BCAAs, electrolytes, zero sugar. Rain has what you need to push the limits and achieve your goals. Check them out on Instagram at Rain Body Fuel to learn more. Don't forget, check out all of the Monster products when you're looking for a little pick-me-up. They've got a variety of products there, so check those out.
Neal, I'm rocking with a kiwi blend today. I don't know. I just felt like I really wanted something sweet today. You know, you ever have those? Like, I'm a sucker for Sour Patch Kids and Jolly Ranchers and shit like that. Hard candy.
Yes.
I was feeling that today, and when I get that sugar need for the taste, even though this has zero sugar, I go with a kiwi blend because it tastes like an apple Jolly Rancher. It's really good. But Neal, the Cooper Chevrolet chat is already bumping in through the end of the month. You can save up to $14,500 off the new Chevy Silverado pickup when you take advantage of the trade and down payment assistance. That's over 19% below MSRP. Also at Cooper Hyundai, the Santa Fe SUV and the Santa Fe Hybrid are at 0% APR for 60 months and no payments for 90 days. So check them out at Cooper Hyundai in Anniston or online at cooperhyundai.com and give the guys at Cooper a call. Area code 256-236-4481. Neal, we're also brought to you by the official RV dealer of McCready and Siskey, County Line Campers. Have you ever seen a manufacturer throw its own sale? Us neither, until now. It's the Forest River Great Getaway Sales Event at County Line Campers in Gulfport. It's going down for the entire month of August. Forest River is so excited to get you camping, they're throwing money at your next RV. The incentive straight from the manufacturer. That's like grandma's moving gas money and the keys to the camper. Let's go. Summer's not over yet, and you still have time to enjoy the great outdoors. And now's time to take advantage of the massive savings from Forest River. So check them out at countylinecampers.com. Make sure you go check them out. They're open 7 days a week, right off of Exit 38, I-10, in the wonderful Gulfport, Mississippi. And check them out on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff, YouTube, and check out Miss Destiny's walkthrough videos there, and you can see everything you need to get at County Line Campers.
There you go.
Neal, we're also brought to you by Prime. That's P-R-Y-M. That's get, G-E-T, Prym.com. I was supposed to bring my kit today, but I didn't want to get I started panicking, feeling bad if I did something wrong. So I got to make sure I do it right. I'm going to get my results and everything and take you through the whole process, all you guys through the process here. But Prime is a modern at-home lab testing that puts you in control. You can order your kit at GetPrime, that's GetPrym.com, and collect your sample from home in just a few minutes and get clear, personalized health results right to your private dashboard. Don't forget to use the promo code MPW. That's right, MPW. That's going to get you 20% off. Okay, it's going to get you 20% off of any kit. So it doesn't matter if you're looking for your energy levels, your hormones, metabolism, or just your overall wellness. Prime has it, makes it easy, and they have kits for everything. So make sure you go check them out at getprime.com. How about that?
How about that?
How about that?
Amazing.
It's amazing.
I've got my kit too. I haven't done it yet. I'm going to do it. Maybe I'll do mine and I'll let you know how much you need to prepare to do it on the show.
Well, my wife is a nurse, so I think I'm going to this may be something I'm going to see if I can do by myself and just have some supervision.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That way we can really I may video it. I don't know. I got to figure it out. I'm trying to figure out a way for little ad sake, little content sake, trying to figure that out. I was going to do it on the show. Then I got to thinking about the cameras and the microphone situation and everything. And I was like, okay, if I drop something, whatever. I started having second thoughts.
You can bring Aaron on the show to.
Just won't happen, Neal. Just won't happen ever.
Yeah. Okay.
She did it one time. She said she's retired. She had one episode.
I always tell Laura she can come on the show whenever she wants.
Oh, she's allowed to come whenever she wants.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She doesn't appear to be interested in coming on the program.
Yeah. She says that she gets her podcast every day. Every day. So she doesn't need to do it. How about got Bob in the chat? What it is, Bob?
Hey, Bob.
All right.
Go Bears.
Yeah. Bears.
Go Bears.
Won't be long.
Boy, the Bears are people are getting a little panicky about Caleb Williams. People getting panicky. I know you got a bunch of stuff you want to get to, but I'm just telling you, there's some NFL reactions and overreactions.
That's not panicky.
There's some college fan base overreactions. It's August the 11th. People are doom scrolling. They're panicked. And they're worried in Chicago about Caleb Williams. Everything else is in place except the quarterback. That's what they say.
That's what they say, huh? We'll see.
Maybe they have the wrong quarterback.
We'll see. All right. We'll start off before we get to football. A couple things with me, particularly with me, and with a lot of our listeners. Big news today. The UFC has agreed to a 7-year, $7.7 billion deal with CBS / Paramount Plus.
Oh, this is a big deal for me.
Big deal for you.
Oh yeah, we can dive into it. This is
well, true fact.
This is big. In all seriousness, if you are on the you're on the edge, you're on the.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I mean, this is for anybody, not even just Ole Miss fans out there that are watching. If you're an Auburn fan, you're an Alabama fan, you're a Georgia fan,
doesn't matter,
and you haven't subscribed to 24/7 Sports, now's the time.
Do you know why, Neal?
Well, yeah, because listen, and also, no, I mean totally serious. Now's the time to do it. Not only do you get football coverage as we get rolling, we had on our site alone today. We were already 4 or 5 content items in on a Monday because Ole Miss had practice today. When we finish this, I'm going to work on what he said, what he meant. I'll put that up. But we've got offense observations, defense, everybody else, all over the network. I don't want to make this about just my site. Although,
just saying, he has the best site in the business.
Well, we are on the cusp of Rebels247.com, we are literally on the cusp of a major milestone.
So make sure when
we're right there.
All right, real quick, because we got a lot of people obviously that listen that probably aren't subscribed because we have a broad fan base. If they wanted to help your boy Neal out and get the Paramount Plus subscription for USC, where would they need to go to sign up?
I'll put a link in.
Put a link in. Let's go.
But go to 24/7 Sports, sign up.
If you get full price, guess what?
If you, in all seriousness, if you pay the full price, you immediately get Paramount for free.
For free.
And so now, if you're a UFC fan,
makes all the sense in the world.
I mean, well, if you're a UFC fan, you're going to want Paramount.
Every UFC fan will get Paramount.
So
period.
Take advantage of that. If you're also
if you've been paying $74.99, you're going to pay.
If you're also
a month.
If you're also a college football fan or college basketball fan, or both. This is, and you've been like, I don't know, because I know there's a lot of younger people out there that are in our audience.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, totally serious right now. I'm not even selling. That are like, I don't know, do I really want a team site? You know, I'm not going to do message boards. I don't do message boards. I don't want to pay for content. You get a lot of that. Well, you're going to pay for Paramount.
That's right.
And if you're going to pay for Paramount, and you are going to pay for Paramount, you're not going to get Paramount for free.
It's probably going to go up, I imagine.
So now would be a great time to go, nope, you know what? I'm a Florida State fan. I'm going to read Florida State stuff, and I'll get Paramount for free. Don't enter a code. Don't do a discount code. Because if you do the discount code, like on my site, if you enter Neal gets you 75, you get 75% off your first year. And after a year, when you go to the full price, you then get Paramount for free. Don't do the code if you're a UFC person. Go ahead and do the annual, get Paramount for free, and now you've got however much you were spending on UFC pay-per-views, you're not spending that anymore. And you get coverage of your favorite team.
Sounds like a deal. But starting in 2026, so this is when it's going to go, there's not going to be any more pay-per-view. It'll be they're saying that the numbered events, which is the pay-per-view events, when they say UFC, I think 319 is Saturday, so those will be on CBS. And then the fight nights. And look, if you really look at it, they do a little bit over, I think they do 40 big events a year between the fight nights and they do one pay-per-view a month or one numbered event a month. So you're looking at, damn near every week. Is probably in the weeks that they don't do it, there's always a reason. Like they're not going to do one on Super Bowl Sunday. They do it. They're very smart about when they do it. But here's why it's a big deal too. So this was my first question when this came out early this morning. We were actually in a staff meeting for Quick U when this came out, and our guy Cole, Cole's a big UFC guy. So the UFC model for years has been, the fighters always want more money, yada yada yada. But the pay-per-view events are tied to like the champion. And then so whoever the main event is gets a percentage of that's why it's such a big deal to become a champion, because you get to be the main event. You get these pay-per-view points, right? And that's how you gain wealth naturally. But with this no pay-per-view model, I was sitting there going like, how is that going to work with payment of the fighters? Check this out. The ESPN deal that they have was basically $214 million AAV. Okay?
Okay.
The CBS deal is $1.1 billion AAV, almost 5 times more. So you're getting they're going to have plenty of money. I'm going to be interested how they start structuring paying fighters now. That's going to be, I'm sure they got it figured out, but it's not going to be $1.1 billion the first year, but just over the course of the contract, AAV is $1.1 billion with UFC. How about that?
It's amazing.
Are you more likely to watch now? If it's free and the big fights are on CBS on a Saturday night, there always was something not going on.
Of course. I mean, look, no one that's just an interested party and nothing more is going to pay for pay-per-view.
Right.
You know what I mean? But if something's
will you watch the White House card?
What does that mean?
They're going to fight on the White House lawn on July 4th weekend.
I mean, I would be more apt to watch it now than I would have been before, of course.
I think it's going to help the popularity as far as the sport as it continues to grow. So I'm excited. I mean, it's pretty cool, and I'm glad because I am one that buys every single pay-per-view. So it's going to save me about $1,200 a year. So there we go. All right. Talk brief about it in the rundown. I went to the FedEx St. Jude's Saturday, the first playoff. Justin Rose wins the FedEx St. Jude's, the first playoff event there. Look, it's a well-run tournament. They do a great job. I've kind of it's cool. Shout out Bob's in the chat. I've been to the Masters with Bob twice. And then I've been to the FedEx St. Jude's, and I've been to a lower tier one like the John Deere and things like that. And it's pretty neat to see how they put all these things on. But the FedEx St. Jude's is ran really, really well. If I had one complaint though, their concession stand. We didn't have a good concession stand review. We didn't have a good one, Neal. We got a 6.8. Everybody's like, well, you got to go to this one concession stand between 14 and 16. I'm like, well, I didn't. I went to the one that I went to, and just like, and they were very expensive there. But it's still a very well ran event. It's just hot as hell. I wish it could do something about the weather, but it is what it is. And then the story out of it yesterday, our boy Tommy Fleetwood, Fairway Jesus, blew another lead. Had a lead coming on 16, pars it. Everybody else, he gets passed up by Justin Rose and ends up losing it. He had I think he had at one point in time had a 4 or 5 shot lead, but he had a 2 or 3 shot lead pretty much the whole day. And then just another one. Our boy, just a nice guy too. Just a nice guy. Struggled. He's won 7 times around the world. He just can't win on the PGA Tour. Like this guy, I hate it. I mean, and he's so gracious with his time. He's not like Rory McIlroy. For all you Rory fans out there, when Rory has a bad day, he cries and pouts and goes in his car and leaves and doesn't talk to media. At least Fairway Jesus stands up and talks to the media after getting his heart gutted for the 18,000th time. But it is what it is. Poor guy. All right. All right, I know you didn't see this, and you may have saw it on social media.
I saw the replay of the dude falling off the top of the car.
All right, you did see that.
I did.
So Connor Zilisch, who Bob wanted to point out that if he was not a Red Bull driver, this would not have happened. But Connor Zilisch, he's one of the up-and-coming NASCAR drivers. He's going to be a name, okay? He's really young, really talented. He's won at every level along the way. And he is going to take one of the Trackhouse racing spots for next year. So he's going to be a young rookie in NASCAR next year. So he's racing the Xfinity race, the Saturday race. He wins, and he goes to climb on top of the car or get down, one of the two, and his foot got caught in the window net. And brother, first thing he hit was the back of his head, knocks himself out, breaks his collarbone. He was going to run Sunday. They were going to enter another Trackhouse racing car for Sunday. He had qualified, and they just basically pulled the car out. They didn't find a replacement driver. So, that was scary because first thing he hit was his head on pavement from about a 6 foot fall. That could have been bad. You know what I mean? That could have been a lot worse than it was.
Oh yeah, he was fortunate that he wasn't more seriously injured, but
never
climb on top of cars.
I don't know. I wonder what I would do if I won a race, though. I'd probably get something stupid, whatever my thing is. But yeah, it is what it is. All right, let's get some football. You ready to get some football?
Absolutely. I think that's what the people are here for. They're here for the football.
All right, so NFL preseason 1 reactions. There's many across many different teams. You've already mentioned Caleb Williams, who didn't play. All the reactions from Caleb Williams are because of him throwing into a quarterback net. He made it look a lot harder than it is. A lot of people complaining. And your boy Bob is all fired up. But let's talk about some of the rookie quarterbacks. Jackson Dart, played played for most of the game. Came in the second drive, I think it was, after Russell Wilson started the game. Played a good bit. I thought Jackson played very well. I thought he looked comfortable. The only thing that if I was being hypercritical, which is he's a young quarterback, timing was a little late on the outside, and his lower body was out of balance a little bit. I think it affected some of his accuracies, and a little late, left some balls inside. Anything that went to the outside, that he had to throw one balls on. Had a great touch throw for a touchdown, but I thought he looked comfortable. He looked the part. He will continue to get better. I'll be interested to see him as the preseason goes on. to see him when he gets in versus quality opponents. Because some of those throws, I mean, like ones on the defense, right?
Yeah.
There were a few throws that probably would have been picked versus he was late to outside. But overall, for a first outing, I thought he handled it well. I think the over rushing judgment that of course you knew it was coming. It was like, oh, how long till he becomes a starter? This and that. Look, I think the formula for the Giants is pretty simple. I think you got a coach and a GM that are probably on the hot seat.
Of course.
And so they went out and got Russell Wilson, and they got Jameis if that doesn't work out. I think they're going to give Russell Wilson and it appears to be, unless it's Jameis, I think they're going to give one of those two every opportunity to make them a playoff contender. Once they realize that, hey, we're not making the playoffs with these two guys.
Yeah.
The only way at that point to save your job is to put Jackson in and let him start. To hopefully he gives you some spark and you can go, hey, look,
of course,
we got this young guy coming. So I think that's what you'll see with the Giants. I really would be surprised at any other thing. I don't think this is something you roll him out there week 1 or week 2.
No.
I think
you roll him out there, A, when he's ready, and B, when it becomes obvious, which will probably happen fairly quickly, that you're not a playoff team.
Yeah, whenever that happens,
yeah.
right? So
6 weeks in, 10 weeks in, whatever the case may be, when it's obvious that, hey, this is not a playoff team. If you determine that the rookie quarterback is ready, well, then you play him. And you hope that he plays to a level that provides hope.
Yeah, and he's going to be fine. I think somebody asked me.
And as someone who covered Jackson for 3 years and knows him fairly well and knows people in his family, that stage is not too big for him.
No.
He's a fast learner. He's competitive as hell. Probably the one thing he's probably got to work on a little bit. But he's a guy that a fan base is going to fall in love with. He is absolutely capable of being the face of a franchise in a market like New York. It's going to take some time, and he's going to have, like virtually every NFL quarterback, he's going to have some moments early in his career where he's going to look overwhelmed, but he won't be overwhelmed. He'll learn from his mistakes. He will be a very good NFL quarterback.
Yeah. And somebody was asking me in the live earlier today that I think he's starter material. And I was like, look, guys, I mean, I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know when the last time a first-round quarterback didn't get an opportunity. He is going to get his opportunity, whenever that is. And then he'll have to do something with it, just like the rest of them.
The answer to the question is yes.
Yeah. He'll get his opportunity.
He's
100%.
absolutely starter material. He will start multiple seasons in the NFL. There's the answer. I mean, I don't know why. I don't know what people. It's just. I realize media hot take is just this. It's the thing now, and everyone's on social media, which makes it 10 times worse. And
is it just me, or does it feel like it's worse?
No, it's worse.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Was it like this when I coached? Because I didn't really pay attention to it.
No. This is what has happened is there's so much media out there who don't actually cover the teams. Okay? You can't cover a team if you're not there. It's not doable. I can watch every single Oklahoma City Thunder game. I can. They're available. And I almost do.
Yeah, you pretty much do.
And then I can get on and I can watch every interview and I can read every person who actually covers the team. And I can put a bunch of hot takes together on a podcast or on a newsletter or something and pretend to be media. But I'm not. You're not media if you're not there, okay? It's not possible. And there's tons of that. Tons of that. And they only become relevant with hot takes. They're not going to be relevant with, well, I don't know, let's wait and see. You know?
It is.
It
makes people mad, too.
There's still some time. Like, so-and-so had a bad scrimmage. Well, that means the other side had a good scrimmage.
Oh, we're going to talk about that.
So-and-so had a good scrimmage. That means this side had a bad scrimmage. The truth is somewhere, and, hey, we'll find out. But that doesn't sell unless you're there. And then people view you as, well, they're kind of credible. They talk to people. Like, Ole Miss, I cover Ole Miss for a living. The link's in the thing.
Neal gets you 75.
Ole Miss had a scrimmage on Saturday. It was closed to the media. So what did you see from the scrimmage, Neal? Nothing. I saw nothing. Now, did we talk to some people who were there? Yes. Those people were pretty big fans. So you do have to take into account that you're talking to emotional people about what they saw. So you're going to get some feedback, and most of it's accurate, but you do have to put that. My point is this: I don't think Austin Simmons had the greatest scrimmage of all time Saturday. I don't think he did. Lane Kiffin confirmed today that he made some critical errors, I think was the word that Lane used. And then Lane pointed out accurately, if you're going to have those, you'd rather them happen in a scrimmage. Mm-hmm. They still practice today. I mean, Austin Simmons was still the starter. He did not appear to have been flogged. He probably
what a great word.
He probably learned from it. And look, we're going to find out. So we do this crazy thing for the last week. You know, it's a shame he's not in the Heisman Trophy conversation. We'll break that down next. To, well, holy shit, man. I mean, I don't know. I mean, what are they going to – you think they can win 4 games? I mean, what? But that's sports, man. That is where we are today with it. That's where we are with it. I keep up with the Chicago Cubs some. And there's a Cubs podcast that I cannot stand, and I'll tell you why. When the Cubs got to 20 over 500.
Yeah.
Okay.
Braves don't have that problem.
Next on the show, is this a World Series team? It is, right? They should definitely make a big move. And then when they don't make a big move, Cubs front office doesn't care about winning. They find out that the price for winning was exorbitant. Cubs front office probably did the right thing. You think? And now they're not playing so well. It's over. It's the exact same team.
I do remember a Thunder basketball fan that told me back in like November that they wasn't watching another game this year.
But that is my point.
Because
so if I
broke his hip.
So if I were right, I'm an emotional fan. You cannot do and I'm all good with people that do podcasts, right? But and stuff. But just come out at the very beginning and go, I'm not a member of the national media. I'm not a former staffer. I'm just a fan, and I'm going to be emotional. Cool. If you're an emotional fan and you want to talk to an emotional fan, this is the place for you. Great. I mean, that
sounded directed.
That's like you walk into a burger restaurant and they go, we serve burgers. And you're like, hey, yes, I'm in the right spot. I mean,
I'm sorry.
Sometimes just truth in advertising. Just say who you are. It's all good.
All right. I'm going to get to the college and I'm going to finish this NFL. I just want to go on record. I didn't try to tee you up right there. That was a great tee up, though.
I mean, I'm just being honest about it.
All right. Cam Ward, number 1 overall pick.
They're going to start the season in a few weeks. And I'm telling you what the scoreboard's going to say. And they're going to keep stats. And we're going to find out.
In about 12 days.
We're going to find out. We're going to get games, and we'll see things, and then we'll start to have a clearer picture. But if you didn't see a scrimmage, you just can't do like 10 hot takes from Saturday's scrimmage. You didn't see it. You weren't there. You literally weren't there. It wasn't streamed. It wasn't on television. No closed circuit. Nothing. What are you doing? I'm shocked people fall for it.
All right, I'm just going to skip to because you're teeing me up. I got to skip around a little bit. So just forgive me if I'm skipping around here.
They don't have the script.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, forgive me.
Okay. I'm good.
All right, so let's talk about. I won't go ahead and talk about it. I always want to talk about college scrimmages and things. All right, first of all, the first scrimmage of the year. Okay, when you have first scrimmage of the year, you don't know what the hell you're getting, but you also don't. You're using it, anything that happens, quote unquote, bad, you're used as a teaching moment.
Yes, of course.
Don't you
as a coach kind of want some things to go?
No, I mean,
you want some adversity, right?
I heard your show this morning about the scripting and things like that. You script things. Sometimes I've been with coaches that script their first scrimmage. You never script it hoping that I'm going to make somebody fail.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Or you script it to control situational football. So I'm going to go in this scrimmage instead of just saying, hey, we're going to open call it like a game. Now, you'll do that this week for sure.
Yeah.
Now, some people do it week 1.
Right.
But if you go, hey, we need to work on red zone, like if red zone was a big focus point in the offseason, by God, we're going to make sure that we get enough red zone reps for both sides, right? High red and low red. So you'll script situations coming out, 3rd and short, 3rd and long, whatever it is, you will script situational, but you're not going like, when I say script, you're not giving the defense the script, or you're not giving the offense your script. You're scripting situational football, okay? And you may script snaps, okay? Hey, by God, offense needs to get 40 today. Ones need to get 40. Twos need to get 30. And Roy's, what rest of y'all need to get 20, whatever it is. You'll script that. And then obviously as you go down the pecking order, when you get to the Roy's, it is day 1 install. It's inside zone right. It's inside zone left. It's quick game. It's RPOs, whatever it is. Oh, and then we're going to push it downfield. We're going to run 4 verticals, things that they can execute. And I'll say this, the only time I put someone in what I would call a compromising position ever in my career, if I had, which happened a lot at my position that I coach receivers, okay? So everybody that comes to college play receivers thinks they're going to be Randy Moss when they leave, okay? I mean, high confidence position. And so if I had a guy that needed to be knocked down a few rungs, okay, I may throw him out there with some really good players to where I go, hey, bud, you need to work. You know what I mean? Like, if I throw somebody that's really talented and young against the Roys where he belongs, he's going to dominate and he's never going to get any better.
Right.
So would I put somebody in there to prove to them, not the whole scrimmage, but I would put somebody in a situation where, hey, they know that they got to work, that wouldn't bog down the whole team. But are you going to script hitches into knowing you got cover 2? No. You're going to make sure that you script to where your players can execute. Because you as a coach, I can't go out there, particularly with a young team, you can't go out there and go make one side succeed and one side fail.
Right.
Like there was this whole thing in the offseason because, the heat's on, they're picking on anything with Auburn about Hugh telling a defense, take it easy on the quarterback. All he was doing is like, hey, you're way ahead of us on the install because we got young players and new players. We don't need to see simulated pressures day 1. Okay, let's work a normal install schedule so we can get better as a team. It's not like, hey, take it easy on us over here.
Right.
It's more of like, hey, let's go through a normal install schedule. So that stuff there. All right, but here's where this is what got me today. Got me in the last couple of days. Okay. Obviously, I live in Oxford, Mississippi. Okay. Obviously, there were they scrimmaged or whatever, and there was all kinds of hot takes both sides, right? This unit sucks, this unit's great. This guy sucks, this guy's great. You can't say that the defense is fucking awesome and they're great and then turn around and say, well, they scripted it that way. Well, the defense is not that good then. If you're saying that they scripted the offense so the defense could have success, then you can't have the hot takes of how good the defense is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you have every single place I've ever been, the defense is going to be ahead of the offense at the beginning because offense is a rhythm, it's an execution, it's a tempo, it's the speed of the game. And it's really the first time in a scrimmage, many times, that particularly that early, is the first time that a lot of these guys have gotten 11 on 11 full speed work since the last game you played, because we don't do that in spring anymore.
Right.
You don't do it in spring anymore. You don't have ones going against ones for contact purposes during spring. You just don't do it anymore. Most of your guys are out with injury or you're gotten guys in the portal, whatever it is.
And Ole Miss's scrimmage the other day, we're talking about it because that's the one we're kind of referencing. They weren't even tackling running backs to the ground.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things.
It was a thud scrimmage, basically. I mean, because look, more and more, the college game is becoming the pro game.
Yeah.
And in the pro game, the only time they scrimmage to the ground is in exhibition games, the preseason games. They don't go out to training camp.
Well,
remember that, because that was the Detroit Lions thing. Remember he had that session on Hard Knocks where they had like 10 plays of full contact and guys were like looking at him like he was crazy. And he was like, guys,
you got to trust me.
I've done my research on this, et cetera.
Well, I do think this, and this is just my opinion, right? Which is everybody's different. Is, we went to, and Coach did his research. Coach Saban, I'm talking about, like, and I can't so forgive me if I'm wrong here. Coach is not listening anyway, but if he was, he was like 83%. I think it was 83, maybe an 89. It was in the 80s of all injuries on a football field took place when you take players to the ground in those sessions, right? And so at Alabama, and we were pretty good, okay? And he was pretty good at Alabama.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we can all say that, right?
Of course.
Never, not one time. Now, I can't say what he did before I got there, but starting whatever year I got there, 13, he never had any practice session when we took players to the ground. Now, we knew how to practice. Now, thud tempo, like I've said this 1,000 times. You couldn't tell the difference between live and take to the ground because you're popping. And I've said this, the best college football game that took place in 2013 and 2014 wasn't any game that you saw on Saturday. The best college football game took place in period 4 in Tuscaloosa, Alabama on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
Because that was good on good, full tilt thud. Did not take them to the ground, but there's not a whole lot of difference, right? You just take you're hitting. You're just not. They were such good athletes, they stayed off the ground. That was the big thing, is stay off the ground, play up. And so that was the best college football game in football. It's period 4 on Tuesdays in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, and you see as the Nick Saban tree grows,
you got 20 first-round draft picks out there just smoking each other.
So
it's awesome.
But as that tree grows with coaches, Kirby Smart and Billy Napier and Lane Kiffin and others that I'm not thinking of right this very moment, there's more and more of that. It's proliferating the game. And as players become more expensive, you're careful in August.
Yeah. And so we stayed off the ground, but we played full
contact.
And
what's going to be interesting with the college game is that there's this balancing act of, well, we need to be careful. We're going to scrimmage. We don't want to bring guys to the ground, which makes all of the sense in the world. And then suddenly you're playing games in September where you are tackling to the ground. And I think that's where
you see a lot of, with young teams, you see a lot of tackling issues early in the season.
Yeah. I think September is going to be ripe for some upsets all over the country where some young/new teams who are talented don't tackle well or whatever, have some weird things, and lose a weird game in September that they probably wouldn't have lost in October and November.
Yeah. I mean, I remember us playing when I was here with Hugh the first year. We played Texas here at home, and on defense, they just personneled us. They just stayed in 12 personnel and created so many formations and motions. We didn't line up the whole night. We were missing gaps and everything else, and run fits and things like that. Like, you see a lot of run fit issues early in the season, particularly with young players. But yeah, again, I just look, if you're an Ole Miss fan and the overreaction on both sides, I've said this, I'm going to continue to say this. I think, this is my opinion, Tyler, this is nobody's telling me this is my opinion. I think Austin Simmons is the most arm-talented quarterback to ever, and I said it, ever wear the uniform at Ole Miss. Ever. He's the most arm-talented guy to ever wear the uniform. That's probably going to upset some gray hairs. I'm sorry. So you can pull your fucking Colonel Rev thongs up really tight.
It's not going to upset anybody.
But he is the most arm-talented guy there is.
Sure.
All right? That doesn't mean he's going to go out and win the Heisman Trophy this year. He's got a lot of things he's got to work on, and I think if people are patient with him, it's my opinion. I think Ole Miss is a full year away before we have any real conversation about Ole Miss. I think this time next year, I think when you just look at from the outside of what I do for a living and you see the strategies that they're using in recruiting to everything, I think they're going to try to retain the players that they currently have on the roster, particularly young ones. They're going to try to they're setting themselves up to retain and build to make a run next year. So I think you just need to just be patient with the whole process. I said this on the live today. I'll say it for whenever. I think if Ole Miss goes 7-5 or 8-4, I think it's a great job by Lane Kiffin and his staff, not a bad job. I think the expectations, because of what they've had, if he does anything else, great, awesome. But I think they're a year away, and they have shifted. And you've seen it in recruiting. They've shifted. They got some really good young players up front on the defensive side of the ball, unproven but talented. And they'll fix themselves some room to go fix their deficiencies, I think, which are in the back end and up front on the offensive side of the ball. All right. That was that part. Anything else on the scrimmages? You good there?
Nope. I will tell you this real quick. You know what doesn't belong in your epic summer plans? Getting burned by your old wireless bill. While you're planning beach trips, barbecues, and 3-day weekends, your wireless bill should be the last thing holding you back. That's why I made the switch to Mint Mobile. With plans starting at $15 a month, Mint Mobile gives you premium wireless service on the nation's largest 5G network. The coverage and speed you're used to, but way less money. So while your friends are sweating over data overages and surprise charges, you'll be chilling, literally and financially. So say goodbye to your overpriced wireless plans, jaw-dropping monthly bills, and unexpected overages. Mint Mobile is here to rescue you. All plans come with high-speed data, unlimited talk and text, delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan. Bring your phone number along with all your existing contacts. Ditch overpriced wireless and get 3 months of premium wireless service from Mint Mobile for $15 a month. This year, skip breaking a sweat and breaking the bank. Get your summer savings and shop premium wireless plans at mintmobile.com/MPW. That's mintmobile.com/MPW. Upfront payment of $45 for 3 month. 5 gigabyte plan required. It's equivalent to $15 a month. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See Mint Mobile for details.
Neal, do you know it's summertime?
It is definitely still summertime.
And it's hot.
It is so hot.
But guess what? The deals at Kia of Meridian are even hotter. We have 1.9% of the 2025 Sorento and Sportage, and if you need a low payment and great warranty, the Kia K4 has payments as low as $379 a month. With school sports fast approaching, there's no better way to get there than a brand new Kia Carnival. They have over 70 brand new vehicles in stock. So give them a call at 601-483-6444. That's our friends at Kia of Meridian. And guess what? When you buy a new car or a used car at Kia of Meridian, be sure to mention McCready and Siskey, and Trav's going to pull it out, and he's going to say, spin the wheel, and win awesome prizes like a PS5, an Xbox, a TV, and more. So check them out at Kia of Meridian. Got sent a message the other day. I sent it to Trav, a screenshot and sent to Trav. Sent a message on your board. Somebody's wife, I guess, passingly listens to the show while they travel, and she brought up a screenshot of a Kia or whatever to buy a Kia. And he goes, you know what happens when you buy that car? And she said, spin the wheel. So let's go. Y'all go check out our good friend Trav at Kia of Meridian. We're also brought to you by the we're going to say that in the last one. That's the last one. I skipped one. Don't forget about this. If you're serious about your health and don't have time for doctor's visits or confusing lab reports, listen up. Prime, that's PRYM, is a modern at-home lab testing that puts you in control. You can order your kit at GetPrime, that's GetPrym.com, and collect your sample from home in just a few minutes and get the clear. All right, there's no needles, no waiting rooms, no hassle. Whether you're rechecking your hormones, energy levels, metabolism, or overall wellness, Prime makes it fast, easy, and actionable. And if you need support, Prime connects you with trusted doctors who can guide the next steps like peptides, protocols, and real strategies to help you feel your best. It's simple and powerful, and it works for your partner too, with panels for both men and women. So don't forget, go to Get Prime, that's GetPrym, Get Prime, and use the promo code MPW at checkout and get 20% off of your first order. So check them out at getprime.com. Neal, we're also brought to you by Thompson's Paint and Body. How about that? From Saraland, Alabama, family-owned body shop in the heart of Saraland. It doesn't matter if you're wherever you're located. They've handled cars from Biloxi to Pensacola and from Gulf Shores to Demopolis. These days, it feels like every local shop is getting bought up by big companies with flashy logos and call centers. But at Thompson's, you're not talking to a robot or waiting on hold. You're talking to Mr. Don and Don Jr. or Matthew Thompson. That's right. Real people, real family, and the real pride that they take in their work. It's been a family-owned business for 35 years. They fix cars with kind and careness, and only you get from a family that actually lives in the same community that you do. So make sure, it doesn't matter what it is, give our friends at Thompson's Body Shop a call at area code 251-675-0884. That's 251-675-0884, and they will take care of you and give you the TLC that you need. How about that?
How about that?
How about that? All right, I'm going to jump back a little bit to the NFL. Cam Ward, he got a few drives, I think. Thought he looked really good. I thought his timing was really good. His spatial awareness was really good. Him and Shador had some kind of what I call the thing I'm interested in with Cam Ward, because he's going to start. Okay, he will start in Tennessee. When he had his guys out there, he made some plays. The thing with Cam is he's got to get used a little bit to the NFL game. He's dropping so damn deep. And in the NFL, I'm actually curious how they're doing their protections. I'm going as they play more, I'm going to watch. Normal drop back protection in NFL, you're protecting for a spot. I don't know if you even know this. You protect for a spot. You say, hey, you draw an X.
Yeah.
We're protecting for the spot 7.5 yards behind the center.
Yeah.
And so as a quarterback, you got to be really careful because if you get any deeper, well, the tackles are protecting for that spot and then get speed rush and they give up sacks. So he got really deep on some and made plays. And he did that at Miami. But he's so damn good. And I don't know if it's that he needs it to through throwing lanes because he's not a small guy. Cam Ward's 6'2", 220, 218, 220, something like that. So he's not a small guy. So I don't know what it is that makes him do that. I don't know if it's just habit. But the guy's immensely talented. And I actually think he's gonna have some mistakes and he's gonna throw into some coverage and try to force some balls that aren't gonna be there when the good guys get out there. But I kind of expect him to have an interesting first year here. I think he's gonna be fine. He just doesn't have the talent around him. All right. Shedeur Sanders, Neal. I think he played well. I think he did. I think they did a really good job of
had good numbers
protecting him and play calls. He threw a lot of underneath stuff. I thought he did fine. I thought he did some good things in protection and understood the pocket. Again, the thing with him is he did the running around. He left the pocket a couple times. Cam Ward did this as well. Left a protected pocket. Not you don't need to do that, particularly in the National Football League. But he did. Hey, he did fine. Again, who was it against? The Panthers backups. We'll see as he goes. You talking about the hot takes on a preseason performance? I mean, some people had this guy in the Hall of Fame ready to retire his number. I don't blame him since he's already got his jersey retired at Colorado. But I thought he played.
It shows
well.
you that these talking head shows, I mean, they're doing analytics. I mean, I get it. I don't like it, but I get it. And for whatever reason, and I'm not really sure I understand it, Shedeur Sanders moves the needle one way or the other.
Yes, he does.
If they say he's awesome, they say he's awful, whatever everything's extreme. It's probably why I'm not in the talking head business, because I would be like, hey, look, he fell in the draft. He obviously had some bad advice in the draft process, made some mistakes, paid for it. Cleveland took him. He's a young quarterback in a fairly deep quarterback room. They're going to develop him slowly. And they put him in a game against fellow backups, and he did okay. Did pretty well.
I thought he did.
And so it's something that they can probably build on. Does this mean he should be starting for the Bills? No, for the Browns. No.
I'm not there
any more than if he'd had a couple of bad series. Should we throw him off the top of a building? No, probably not. It's going to be okay.
But I thought he handled I'll say this, it probably has helped him. He handled the moment a little bit. He didn't look disheveled like a lot of these guys do. I did start laughing this morning. I had it was either Get Up or Good Morning Football. It was one of the shows. I had it on this morning while I was.
You're brave.
It's 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
I'd rather watch that than the news.
Yeah.
Okay, 7 o'clock. I had the TV on. And
how quickly do you turn the TV on when you get up in the morning?
That varies.
Yeah,
it varies. I usually Thursday. I can tell you what I do on Thursdays. I turn on golf if it's on.
Yeah.
On the ESPN app. On Thursday, Friday, it's golf.
Yeah.
During the week, I don't watch Sports Center or anything like that. I'll turn on. I used to be a news guy, and call me crazy. I don't worry about things as much as I used to.
Yeah, I know.
So I don't care. So I just at this point in time, I'll just whatever. I turned it on. But
it was I'm not a resolution person, but one of my very quiet New Year's resolutions was to stop watching news.
I have attempted to do the same thing and done a great job.
And I usually fail.
I'm much more in a better mood.
I usually fail at
some resolutions. This one you doing good?
I've done really well with this one, and I'm going to tell you, it has made me a happier person.
Agree.
It's
amazing how that works.
I have another one that has really worked for me. I'm not consistent with it because some days you literally don't have the time, but I try to find 30 minutes a day. A 30-minute period, not 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, but a 30-minute period.
Consecutive period.
In a day to read.
Okay.
Whatever. And I have like five books or so that I'm kind of in right now. Like I'm reading this one a lot right now. And I try to find a still 30-minute window. And again, every day, I know there are people out there going, well, I don't have 30 minutes. And there are days that I don't have 30 minutes. But it's kind of led me to start thinking about it. I was listening to, I know you don't care. This is not on the script. But I was listening to my friend Rylan Stiles, who is on a Thunder podcast that I listen to.
Okay.
And they were having a debate about audiobooks.
Mm.
If you listen to an audiobook, did you read the book?
What is your, all right, I got to ask you a question. Because if I do any book, I'm not reading
audiobook?
unless it's the Bible. That's the only thing I read is the Bible.
Okay.
I'm not reading. You couldn't pay me enough to do that.
By the way, we can talk about that at some point. I listened to a podcast yesterday. I had a 6-hour drive. And I was driving, and I was just searching for something, and I didn't want to. Laura was in the car with me, which means we're not listening to sports. My wife is just not a sports fan. Just not a sports fan.
Oh,
and so I went to one that I knew she would like. I knew she would like the host, and I ended up stumbling into one of the most fascinating podcasts I've ever heard.
Okay.
It was Tucker Carlson with what's the guy's name? Hold on.
It made a lasting impression on you.
Well, the show did. Jeremiah Johnston.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's a guy who has basically studied the Shroud of Turin.
Okay. All right, I saw clips.
Okay, this was
that podcast.
One of the most fascinating podcasts I've ever heard.
So it was the guy who was talking to Tucker. That was his podcast?
It was Tucker's podcast.
Okay.
And this guy was a guest on Tucker's podcast. And it was all about the Shroud of Turin, which you're familiar with.
Yes.
Yes. Just for me to tell you, I was blown away. I was blown away. Like, it will lead me down. I know me.
You got that rabbit hole?
I know my strengths. I know my weaknesses. And one of my weaknesses is to fall down a rabbit hole. And I'm in the hole.
You're there?
I'm there. I will be down the Shroud of Turin rabbit hole because this guy was convincing. And I'm not a huge Tucker Carlson fan. So, I mean, I like him fine. I'm not crazy about his interview style.
Yeah.
I'm not about his politics, whatever. He seems like a good guy. Whatever, I don't care. Laura likes him a lot. And so I knew, okay, well, we can listen to Carlson. And, we just dropped off our youngest child in college and et cetera. This guy was fascinating.
Yeah, I haven't watched or listened to the whole thing, but I saw clips on social media.
So back to the topic was, if you listen to a book, is that the same as reading the book?
What's your opinion?
Well, at first, me being kind of old school, hard-nosed, was like, no. And then I thought about it. If I consume the book, does it matter how I consume the book? Nah. It's sort of like, it's kind of like calories. You can eat your calories, you can drink your calories. At the end of the day, they're calories.
Yeah. I don't know. That would be up for you educated people.
And so I think the answer is yes. If you listen to a book,
I have to redo my
that's
account.
The same as
I have to redo my account now.
That's the same as reading a book.
I have to redo my account
now. I would prefer, because I like holding a book and reading the book, but on a day when I don't have 30 minutes, or hey, I want to go for a walk. And if I go for a walk, I probably maybe I can come. I mean, yeah. So, but the point was, it was that's like a thing that I've tried to do, and I have found that on the days that I do it, which is I'm probably hitting about 70 to 80%. On the days that I do it, it has this calming effect. It has this reset impact for me.
What I do, this is probably. My wife gets mad at me. When we go to church and the preacher starts, I've been doing this for years. It makes my wife so mad. When the preacher starts to, go on a topic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Again, this is me. I can't speak for everybody else. This is just me. And he says, so I got the Bible on my phone, right? So he says, like the other day was Psalms 139, right?
Uh-huh.
So when he starts preaching in Psalms 139, they do this whole deal off of like 3 or 4 verses, right? This one little segment. I need context. So what I will do is I will start reading. I'll read the whole chapter. I'll read the next books. I want to know the full story to be able to put the message in context.
Yeah.
2 or 3 verses. And I know why they do it. They can't sit there and read a whole chapter to the they'll lose everybody. I know why they do it, but I will then go on and my wife just elbows me because I'll go again down a rabbit hole, right?
Yeah.
So whatever you're
and now you're no longer listening. You're doing your own
I'm doing
thing,
my own thing.
which is fine.
It drives my wife crazy.
I don't think it bothers
It's just what I do.
I don't think God's mad at you for that.
He's not. He forgives me.
Yeah. But hey, the Shroud of Turin thing, really fascinating.
Oh, yeah.
Really fascinating.
Oh, yeah. All right. Back to football. I want to say this. I do have a reaction, and I don't consider this as an overreaction. This is the stuff that this is what should be taking place on these shows, but they don't know. This is not an overreaction. This is a legit reaction.
Okay.
Let me tell you something you should be concerned about. This is not an overreaction. If you're a Colts fan,
yeah,
you need to be concerned. I saw one of the I was speechless to the point I came this close. I was going to do a video, and then when I saw it the next day, and then I looked and like 2 other people that actually know football had already said something about it. But you watch, nobody says anything about it. They're just like this and that. I'm like, oh my, Anthony Richardson gets hurt.
Yep.
Okay. And the story is Anthony Richardson gets hurt in preseason. That's not the story. The story is that they were in the most base 5-man protection in the history of football. Every quarterback, and I hate that AJ's not on here today because he'd be like, yeah, we did that. I taught AJ this at 13 years old, and he never messed it up. At 13, he didn't mess it up.
Okay.
This guy's a 3rd-year top draft pick, supposed to be your starting quarterback. They're in 5-man protection, okay? When you are a quarterback and the coach calls the protection, the first thing, let me tell you what quarterbacks don't mess up. Dude, they misread coverages and shit all the time. But let me tell you what quarterbacks don't mess up.
Protection.
They know where they're protected. That's usually the first thing they figure out is like, hey, who do I got? Who are they blocking and who's mine? That's the first thing a quarterback will figure out, okay, on advanced stuff. They'll know who's free. So they're showing a 6-man box, okay? They're in 5-man protection. So the first thing, as a 13-year-old quarterback, what you should do is you get up there and you go, dude, we got 5-man protection, and there's 6 dudes that are threatening me right now. Who's mine? That's the first thing that should be done. You very clearly see the center point at the mic to the left. So right there, at that point in time, you should know that my right tackle it's a very common term. It's called sifting. He's got the most dangerous between that backer and that defensive end. Okay. So he knows that there's a thing called hot. A lot of people have heard that.
Mm-hmm. Hot route.
If both of those guys come, you got a hot route replacing. And they did. They ran some kind of stick route version over there. It's hard to see, but it's some kind of stick free release back, and number 3 was on a 5-yard hitch. So it's some kind of stick concept. But regardless, my man Anthony Richardson takes the snap and he looks dead left. Never even contemplates recognizing what's going on here.
Mm-hmm.
That's bad enough. Let me tell you what's double bad. He's locked into the left. The guy, and you're not supposed to look at the rush, but the guy in his vision drops out underneath number 2. So I'm a quarterback. I got 5-man protection. We're sorting left. I'm looking left, and the dude drops right there. That tells you, oh, shit, they're coming.
From this side.
If they're dropping there, they're coming here.
Yeah.
Like day 1 shit. Yeah. Day 1, 13 years old shit. That guy I'm looking at is going that way. Oh, shit. Again, never looks. Okay?
Anthony Richardson, Trey Lance shaking.
Whatever. I'm like, holy shit. Like, I'm sitting there going like, I can't believe this happened. Yeah. And then, okay, let's just say for whatever reason, pre-snap, he really liked pre-snap, whatever his route combo was over here that you can't see on normal copy or social media, whatever I can find. He liked whatever he had. Okay, let's say you like it. Okay? If you're a quarterback and you're in 5-man protection, then this happens. Again, Happens every level I've ever coached, and this is including high school.
Yeah.
Okay. I got 5-man protection called. I really like this combo versus what I'm seeing. All you do is you go easy, and you change it to a 6. You keep the sort the same. You change it to 6-man. And now when you change it to 6-man protection, your back that's free releasing, because you're not reading that side anymore. I like this side. Hey, you're basically, he would have had the backer, and the tackle would have stayed locked on the end. You protect yourself.
You change the math.
So if you got something you like, okay, if you got something you like to one side away from your free release, you just change it to 6-man protection. I've seen Eli Manning did it to us at Arkansas State on the first play of the game. We played him. I don't remember what year it was. We played one of Eli's years. We played him early in the season. We had some game plan blitz off, and he literally takes his running back. They were in 21 personnel, I formation. He takes his running back and sits him in A gap and points and says, "You got him." I mean, every quarterback in America does that, changes the protection, again, to make sure they're protected.
Yeah.
This dude's looking dead ass at it. That is a problem. That is a problem. You're a third-year NFL guy that's supposed to be starting, and you don't know how you're protected. Blows my mind. And I will never forget, like, you get a young quarterback. And so sometimes you're in 5-man protection, okay? And you say, hey, look, like there are times when this is back when zone blitz and now when simulated pressures, you will tell a quarterback, hey, if you recognize, and a lot of them can based on rotation, if you know, like that guy right there, he's dropping, okay? And you can sense he's dropping by whatever look. It happens a lot. Used to happen a ton in zone blitz. Now it happens some in simulated pressure. You can even tell, like a Ringo call or whatever it is, you will tell your offensive line, we're going full slide away from this guy that's dropping. Now you would tell the quarterback, listen here, dude, if you're wrong, you're fixing to get your ass hit. You're fixing to get hit. Like, you got to know that's the guy. And so you got to make sure that you got a way to get rid of the football. And so, guess what? They never mess it up. Ryan Applin, shout out Ryan Applin. He's now the offensive coordinator at Georgia Southern. Ryan Applin never missed it. And you know what? If he got himself hit, he didn't go, my bad. The only time Ryan Applin looked at me like, what the fuck, was we did RPOs before RPOs were cool on accident. This is Hugh. We were playing Western Kentucky, and we ran inside. We were running inside zone with bubble screens, okay, the very infancy stages of RPO world. And we're running them, and we're running this. We ran the same play like 27 times in a row. They can't stop it. And Hugh goes, hey, watch this. Haven't practiced it. So we go, and all of my players, because I was sitting in signals. Imagine that. All right. So he says, hey, go, basically inside zone right. He goes, give him X2, that's slant. Okay. And so I looked at him and I went, I looked at the quarterback and said, stay with me. I looked at receiver and said, stay with me. And so I went inside zone, was fast, was our tempo call. And I said, X2, slant behind him. So basically he was pumping that. He was pumping the bubble and got replaced with a slant. And App literally looked at me and goes, quarterback goes, he looked at me and he goes, who's got him? I went, you do. And he was like, oh, he knew right then he was getting hit. Because we had nobody for the defensive end. Yeah. We're running inside zone, read zone without blocking a defensive end on a pass play. So he's like, who's got him? I said, you got him, in the middle of a game. So he wrote it quick, bailed off, sidearmed it for a touchdown to Stockmer against Western Kentucky. But like, he knew where you're going to get hit. Not the third year starter, excuse me.
Well, I mean, we do this all the time with the draft stuff. You know, we always have our draft. We always have our draft extravaganza, and in the draft, there is always somebody who was the champion of the underwear Olympics. Always, and we do it. We talk about it every year, and every year it happens because it's too tempting of a drug. You see the guy that looks like a gazillion dollars, and he does, and you watch him throw, and it's incredible. And you watch all this stuff and you go, oh my God, he's got tools I can't coach. Tools that we can't, oh man, if I could just, if I'm the guy, because you don't make it to the NFL as an offensive coordinator or a head coach without having some confidence in your ability to call a game and develop players. And they all go, I can do it. I'm the guy that can get this guy to figure it out. And once he figures it out,
Well, he doesn't have any physical problems.
that's what I'm saying. That's my point. In reality, it's where you need hand-raised guy in the room that goes, yeah, but he can't do all the stuff that you have to do to actually win games at this level.
I did help you out the other day. I did. I helped you out the other day that you mentioned it. One of your
you set me up, but I'm not,
no.
doing it.
You know, when you talk about media access to practice,
yeah,
I sent Hugh a tweet I saw. Some guys out there just filming it. I'm not going to say what drill it was.
I know, Ben, you're right. He lost to Vanderbilt. I watched it.
Some dude's filming continuously down the field, then working tempo versus air, and just filming the signal guy the whole time. So I sent it to Hugh. I was like, hey, dude, just let you know all your tempo signals are on social media right now. And I was going to be funny. I had it. You'd have been so proud of me. I was going to quote tweet it. I literally had it set up. I literally text him. I was going to quote tweet it and say, hey, just letting you know that didn't work out well for the last guy. It's going to be funny.
Yeah.
He would have got a chuckle out of it.
Yeah.
But by the time I got ready, like within 30 seconds, like not
It
5
was gone.
minutes, the tweet was already down. Yeah. He was out there I was like, oh my gosh. So yeah. Anybody wants to know what 50 cut swing right is? I got it. It's a joke. It's a joke. But yeah, they were all out there. I know what inside zone right is. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that happened. All right, we got to close with this. It was all out there. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, this guy, poor guy had no idea what he's doing either. I felt bad for him. He probably had no idea what he's doing.
Well,
and he's definitely a fan. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
The guy was a fan.
Yes.
And he didn't really realize how bad he could be hurting his team. So
I mean, this is a battle that
if anybody wants to get a message to Hugh, he needs to change his inside zone signal and his 50T swing right signal.
It's a battle I lost a long time ago. I was like, you guys in media relations and stuff, coaches, you could fix this.
I don't think anybody saw it though.
It's a super simple fix.
I think I saw it pretty quick.
Super simple fix. You only let credentialed, legitimate media in, and you have rules, and you enforce the rules. That's it. Done. Done. And you make the rules that everyone could agree on.
Yeah, it was interesting. All right. We got to finish with this. We haven't talked about this, and we gotta. It's getting time because next Thursday will be our preseason edition of Make It Rain Thursday. Will be next Thursday. How about that, Neal? Are you excited? We got week 0 preseason. They don't count.
Right.
So we got to figure out the punishment for the loser of our competition.
Okay.
All right. So, what I want to do is we're going to leave it like the chat always comes up with great ideas. I'm going to give you some that they've come up with.
Yep.
I've already shot down many. Okay. Cause I'm like, he's not doing that.
Yeah. Anything that involves.
What's your rules?
So the big rule is this. Anything that involves something physical that could get me hurt is out.
Okay.
That's not happening. I don't have the time or the energy to get hurt.
Okay.
Like I'm smarter than that.
Smarter than a 5th grader.
I don't want to go snap the other day, Mariano Rivera.
Oh, saw it.
Tears his Achilles. That's why I've had people I love to play basketball. I've had people say, hey, you want to go play? I'm like, nope. Do I want to go play? Yes, I want to go play. Do I want to go play basketball? I do. Do I think to myself, but do I want to tear my ACL or my Achilles? I do not. And so I don't.
Okay, so anything physical to get you hurt.
That's out.
That's out.
Like getting tackled by the police dog, out.
That was great, though. That was a great idea. I just want to go on record. That would have been content gold. But I understand. I get it. All right, so here's a few that we've had that I'd be interested to get your thoughts on. So one was a golf-related one, okay, which would be like pick a par 3. It doesn't matter. Like real golf, not a simulator, real golf. And you have to play the hole until you birdie it.
I mean,
Like, you could drop down a dozen golf balls and hit 12 shots, but you got to birdie one of those. That was
we'd
one.
be out there for days.
Days? I don't know. I
Yes.
don't think so. Not as much as you think.
Yeah, I
Because
can't.
all you'd have to do is you'd have to get your yardage, and then you'd hit a lucky shot in there and hit a bomb. So that was one.
Okay.
The other one, golf related, would be play a hole, and you have to par the hole from every tee box on that hole. So like the red, the yellow, the 4 different ones, you'd have to par it.
I mean, I've never parred a hole in my
whole point.
entire life.
You could look, I've seen your golf swing. It's not, I get it. You don't play golf
At all.
That wouldn't be as hard. I've seen your golf swing. If you went to like the range like 3 or 4 times,
the golf swing you saw was after I went to the range 3 or 4 times.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. It's like it's not as bad. You act like you make it sound like you're one of these guys, because there's some guys that play golf that have these real unathletic looking swings. Yours is an athletic swing. It really is.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying you're going to go beat freaking Scotty Scheffler or anything, but
well, no.
That was one. Okay.
I mean, the last competitive round of golf that I shot, realistically, I shot about a 160.
Oh, no.
Yes.
No.
Chase counted.
Where did you play?
The country club.
Okay. Well, that's what I'm saying is like, that's out of bounds and shit. We could get you around other golf courses. This is just one hole. All right. So that's one. The other one was dress you up and go and attend a Comic-Con event.
Okay.
So we had to pick what character you're going to dress up at and go attend a Comic-Con event. Thought that was pretty good.
Who's filming me? Cole or someone?
Yeah, it would be a full thing. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. The other stuff I knew, I X'd out a lot of things. Okay, I X'd out a lot of things. But those are just 2 ideas. That is just 2 ideas. Now, the next question is, do you want strokes this year?
That's terrible. Loser has to wear a Free Palestine shirt to an Auburn basketball game. No.
Oh, no.
No.
See, that's good.
That's
where it gets. That's worse. That would be worse than wearing the Daryl Hartsoe rated.
Anything that, so if it's funny, it's one thing, but anything that could offend some jackleg to where they throw something at you is
a great idea, though. It would be funny for about 30 seconds.
Not you.
All right. Do you want strokes this year?
No, because it's cheating.
You don't want strokes?
No.
I'll be willing to give them to you.
No. I mean, no.
Okay. All right.
That's that. In the 1% chance that I win, that cheapens the win.
Okay. All right. So if I lose, are you sticking with the haunted house thing?
That's the route that I think would make the most sense. I think it would actually be funny. It would be good content. That's the other thing too, is that you need something that is good content.
Yeah.
You need something that's funny content. For example, me getting tackled by a police dog and I snap my Achilles is not, I'm sure there would be some people out there that go, oh, it's really funny, but that's not going to do anything.
Funny to you.
It's not going to do anything for us.
Will be funny for Laura.
No. Well, now here's the other part. Anything that's going to lead to me getting injured where she's like, no, because
they're trying to tell you to take the strokes, Neal. All right, so that was Comic-Con was a good one. There was another good one, but it wasn't practical. It was a WNBA one.
I dressed up as Charlie Brown for Halloween once. It was pretty funny.
What's your favorite? We got to do something though, like really dress up. It's got to be like in a Batman suit or Superman, full giddy up.
Okay.
Full giddy up.
They make that for fat dudes?
Nah.
Oh, they probably do, actually.
Yeah, Grind, I walked into that one, and Grind said, do you want strokes? I'd be willing to give you some. Pause. My bad, Grind. I walked into that one. I didn't even catch it either. Grind. That's on me. But appreciate you catching it, though. Loser has to bowl 200 and can't leave bowling alley till they do so. Live stream the whole thing.
Oh, that'd be funny. Because I'm about a 155, 160 bowler. I'm not terrible, but I'm not good. But I'm not one of these people that goes and bowls a 70.
I don't know.
I
know this sounds crazy. I get bowling hurts me physically.
Yeah.
After a while.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking about like my tendons, and I feel like I'm about to tear something in my wrist and my elbow. I just throw it real hard at the middle pin, about like I hit a golf ball. But we'll figure out something. But y'all be thinking
the haunted prison in Charleston.
I've already done that. Who said that?
Triple mask.
Yeah, so I did that's the one where I got the picture on my phone of the ghost.
Yeah, no, your deal, if we do the haunted house thing, is you have to spend an actual night.
Yeah, and Bob's already volunteered. Bob's in the chat. Bob has already volunteered. He's going to go with me.
It's funny. He says he would stay at the Marriott down the street.
No, he's already volunteered. But we had live stream. You came really close. Was it last year or 2 years ago? It came down to the last game.
Last game.
Yeah, last Monday Night Football game, last one. But yeah, we'll do. And just so.
But the only reason I was in it last year.
You were on fire. You had a good year.
Well, the only reason I was in it last year was I had 3 or 4 of the. I got the underdog game. Talking about the point spread game.
You got a money line somebody.
Yeah, I money line several.
You hit a lot of money lines.
That's what I'm saying. That's what kept me in it. Otherwise, I would have lost by 10 games.
You were smart. You did a lot of like lower money lines that hit like 160, 190, and I was losing a unit, and you were gaining like 1.9. So you were gaining almost 3 units a pop.
Well, I had a little strategy there. The middle part of the season it worked, and then it kind of fell off.
Here was one, Kevin. This was somebody brought this up in the TikTok live today. The stem, like where they put it on you and it simulates childbirth for a male. They say put stem on you.
Yeah.
And it simulates contractions and childbirth for a male. What about that one?
I don't know, man.
That you can't get hurt. You will go through pain, but you won't get hurt.
Yeah, I mean,
what about taser? Is that out?
No, that's out.
Taser's out.
That's out.
So the stem a possibility? Childbirth?
Not really. No.
Why?
Because that doesn't sound like that. No.
It's not supposed to sound fun.
Yeah. Well, no.
The Waffle House thing is out too, right?
Yeah.
The food stuff.
I ate at Waffle House for the first time in my life yesterday.
How awesome was that?
It was fine.
It was awesome. Tell the truth. It was awesome.
It was fine.
What'd you have?
I got a biscuit and I got the hash browns with jalapenos.
Okay.
It was fine. The hash browns were very clearly out of a bag.
Waffle House, a great American cuisine.
Isn't that funny? The first time I ever had it.
It's the first time you've ever had it?
Uh-huh.
Oh, bro.
Never been before.
So
Carson's a big Waffle House person. I've never been.
All right. What about what was the other one? It was the Comic-Con. That was the taser. All right. Oh, what about the like hot chip challenge? Is that out?
The hot what?
The hot chip challenge.
Oh, yeah. Man, some people got hurt doing that.
Did they really?
Uh-huh.
All right, that's out.
Yeah, you can that can go bad.
Somebody brought that up, and I said I couldn't remember. I knew the Waffle House one was out because I remember somebody brought that up last year.
Yeah,
I couldn't remember about the chip
so
challenge.
Done.
What about hot buffalo sauce? Like the wing challenge that the guy has the show, he puts the
Grind's exactly right. You can't get hurt, but you'll feel pain. I will tell you up front at this point in my life, I don't really like pain. Like you love pain,
I do,
but I didn't.
I like sharp pain. I don't like aching pain.
As you get older, you don't want pain.
That's how you know you're alive, man.
No, I know I'm alive. I don't. Nope.
What about like ghost peppers and shit like that? Anything hot is out? Anything hot food?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, I like.
So you didn't object to the Comic-Con thing?
No, I mean that would be funny. It would be good content.
All right. What about the golf thing?
I'll think about it.
Okay.
I'm afraid that the golf thing would end up being 24 hours on a golf course, which is not good.
Well, you can't. We wouldn't go 24 hours.
Well, I wouldn't ever get it, so I'd be out there playing the same hole all day. I mean,
be good exercise.
It would be good exercise.
You wouldn't have to run that day.
That is true.
But it would be like a par 3. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I understand. I don't think
we would definitely have to. We would definitely have to like get a sponsor for golf balls.
Yes. And I don't.
I can imagine if there's one with like water on it, putting like 5 dozen.
It's one of those things that's funny until you're about 5 hours in, and then it's not funny anymore.
Then you get pissed.
Well, it's not even that. It's just like, okay, this isn't going to happen. So how are we going to make this content?
Yeah.
And then because someone, like, here's the problem with that. If you think about it practically, okay, let's say we go out there at 9 o'clock in the morning and everybody's like, oh, this is going to be great. Ha ha. It's real funny. 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I still haven't done it. If I'm going to do it, the people that are filming it have to film all day long on the chance that at 4:15 I happen to do it. That's a lot. Where I happen to hit a shot.
The one that you could film, okay, the golf thing that you could film.
Because there's a lot of production involved in the golf thing. Because like a par 3 is 180 yards.
Oh, it just depends on what par 3 it is.
There's a random par
150.
3. Okay. You're going to have.
I wouldn't put you on a long one.
But my point is 150 yards. You're still going to need more than one camera.
Yeah.
You're going to have
simulator, the hole-in-one simulator. What about that one?
I mean, that would be more doable, obviously. But now you're going to have to find out. Again, you got to have somebody who's going to be willing. I mean, poor Cole, man. He's going to be like, oh, God, really? 8, 9, 10 hours in. When nobody's on the live stream at that point. I mean, nobody's watching that.
Oh, no, man.
Nobody's watching that long. And to do a live stream, you got to go someplace where you know you got really good Wi-Fi.
There's a place right down the road. I'm just saying. Okay. They got draft beer and everything. Could be a party. Could be a whole deal.
Bob's cold, man.
What Bob say?
Live stream a calendar shoot. 12 pre-selected outfits. God help us.
Calendar shoot.
Yeah, I just no.
Well, somebody said something about I said Neal's not going to do anything body related on the shoots.
No, nobody wants to see that. I mean, nobody wants to see me without a shirt on.
All right, what about this? I mean,
I'm fat right now.
All right, hear me out.
Yeah.
Just hear me out. What if we did because it would fit perfect, okay? What if we arranged, I don't know how, you couldn't shoot it for content though. But what if we arranged one of those sexy calendar shoots and give it to Laura for Valentine's Day?
She has no interest. No.
But you couldn't film it for content.
Yeah,
that'd be too much.
That's my point.
That'd be like, no, can't do it.
I mean, if you're not making content out of it, it's pointless.
Yeah. Well, Grind says Grind's always hating on me on my picks. He's always pulling for you. I don't know, like the haunted house thing. Like literally, it was either this year. One year I was way down and I came back. You were hot and I came back. I mean, I was like 13 units down at one point in time, and I was literally that.
Well, then what you did was you rolled the dice that year and it worked out. You did the smart thing, which is it's one of the reasons that I'm going to have a hard time winning is because I can't. Even if I build a lead, I'm going to have a really hot finish no matter what. And by that point, this is where it's really skewed to your advantage. This isn't me complaining. It's being real. You watch every game that gets played.
NFL, I do.
Yeah, and you watch a lot of college.
You watch a lot of
college football. You watch, I would guess 20 times more than I watch.
Oh, I mean, probably more than that.
Probably more than that.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm a sicko. I watch like.
Yeah, I mean, well, there's just a difference. It's not
You're
wrong.
working. I'm not working.
Well, not only that, but like, let's say Ole Miss plays at 11 o'clock. Okay, I'm at the stadium at 9 o'clock. I'm home from the stadium at about 6 o'clock. The odds are overwhelming that I have seen my last down of football.
Well, if you've got a 2:30 game, you don't see any, right?
Well, and if I have a 2:30, I get to the stadium at about noon. I cover my game. I'm done working at around 9:30. I come home and I have absolutely seen my last down of football. And then middle of October rolls around and I'm getting distracted by the NBA. And so now I'm.
Maybe the Cubs this year.
Nah, the Cubs aren't good. They're not good. I know you think they're good. I'm just telling you they're not a good team.
I think they're good. They're better.
But my point is that at the end of the year, you have seen a lot of football and you're really good at it. I haven't, and I'm not good at it. It's not the best combination. It's the NFL playoffs and stuff roll around or whatever, and it's like it's a crapshoot.
We need to see.
I say we didn't do the playoffs. It's the end of we're both basically college, and by the end, you've seen so much college football that you know all the trends, and I'm like, I don't know. I hadn't seen that team in 8 weeks.
We go to the last regular season NFL game. That's we start week 1 of college football. We don't do week 0 is like preseason for us, but we do week 1 of college football through the last Monday night game of the regular season. That's when it goes to. So it's like 17, 18, 19 weeks worth, 20 weeks worth. 20 weeks worth. How about that? 20 weeks worth.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Hey, life advice when we have it is presented by Cole Walters of State Farm Insurance. Don't forget, you guys can send life advice to us. We'll protect your identity, keep it anonymous, but we'll give life advice. We've actually given some good life advice.
McCready and Siskey at gmail.com.
Hey, Cole is licensed in auto, home, life, health, business, pet insurance for the entire states of Georgia and Alabama. You can contact him at 706-525-7850. You can also find him online at colewaltersinsurance.com. Hey, if you're looking to get out of corporate America, you're looking for your next business venture, my friend Andy Ludicky can help. He's a diehard college football fan, franchise veteran. He'll work with you to help you find a franchise or a business that fits your DNA. Awesome guy. Loves to help others. Just call him. You'll learn about his process, his services, 100% free. No-brainer for those of you wanting to get into business ownership. So call Andy. Great guy. Ton of business experience to lean on throughout the process. Andy at myperfectfranchise.net. 404-973-9901. Also brought to you by Parish Brewing Company, located in the heart of Cajun country right there in Broussard, Louisiana. Their simple goal is to make awesome craft brewed beer, and they do it remarkably well. Dr. Juice, Ghost in the Machine, Envy, Pescador, Parish Pilsner, so much more. Great products. You'll absolutely love Parish Brewing Company. So wherever you are looking for your beer, look for Parish Brewing Company. You'll be glad you did.
Neal, we're also brought to you by Kia of Meridian. It's summertime and it's hot, but the deals are hotter at Kia of Meridian. We have 1.9% on the 2025 Sorrento and Sportage. And if you need a low payment and a great warranty, the Kia K4 has payments as low as $379 a month. With school sports fast approaching, there's no better way to get in the brand new Kia Carnival.
It's not happening.
We have over 70 new vehicles in stock, so come see us or give us a call at area code 601-483-6444. And don't forget, when you buy from Kia of Meridian, Trav's going to pull it out, and you're going to spin the wheel and win awesome prizes like a PS5, an Xbox, a TV, and more. So check them out at Kia of Meridian. We're also brought to you by the official RV dealer of McCready and Siskey, County Line Campers, right there off exit 38, I-10 in Gulfport, Mississippi. Don't forget, on September the 15th, we'll be live from County Line Campers, or I'll be live from County Line Campers as Neal is here in the studio. But Forest River is giving the great getaway sales event all the way through the end of the month at County Line Campers. They're throwing money at your next RV. Nobody has more Forest River product like on the coast than County Line Campers. And if you're looking for something slightly used, they have dozens of pre-loved motorhomes and RVs that are looking for a brand new home. If you need service or want to add the best new gadgets, because look, here's the deal. Football season's fast approaching. You got your RV. You need to get it serviced. You need to get it upgraded, whatever it is. For football season starts, go see them at County Line Campers and check them out on Facebook, YouTube, and check out Miss Destiny's walkthroughs. And make sure you subscribe when you get there. Open 7 days a week right there on exit 38 I-10, Gulfport, Mississippi. We're also brought to you by brand new sponsor, Thompson's Paint and Body Shop, right there in Saraland, Alabama. Family owned and operated for over 35 years there at Saraland, located at 703 Saraland Boulevard, just a few miles off of I-65 and exit 13. They do everything. If you're anywhere close to them, they've done everything from Pensacola to Gulfport to Demopolis to Biloxi. It doesn't matter. Wherever you're located, go check them out. If you got a fender bender, your deer season, they're going to start moving around a little bit. If your stuff gets dented, you need somebody to take care, a little TLC of the old car. Go check them out at Thompson's Family Body Shop. Give them at area code 251-675-0884. Finally found it. 251-675-0884. Or go to thompsonsbodyshop.com. How about that?
And as always, we're brought to you by our friends at Rain Total Body Fuel. 300 milligrams of natural caffeine, BCAAs, electrolytes, zero sugar. It's got what you need to push the limits and achieve your goals. You can learn more on Instagram at Rain Body Fuel. Also, all Monster products. Check those out whenever you're looking for a little energy, little pick-me-up, little juice. We recommend Rain, but we also recommend all of the products at Monster. So we'll be back on Thursday with another episode of the show. It'll be number 299. And it'll be on Thursday. And we'll talk to you then. For Tyler, I'm Neal. Take care.